Hey guys, so we're gonna talk about Sean Strickland versus Dricus fight. Um, yeah, it was a really good fight, honestly, and I know there has been a lot of controversies about the decision because it was so close. But yeah, Sean Strickland lost the title. What do you think about the fight?
I think it was a great fight. I believe the referees got the score right. I also think Dirkus Duplessis had a little bit more hits and a little bit more showed on the fight than Sean Strickland. So I think he deserved that win. And now we have a South African champion in the middleweight division.
Yeah, I
What do
don't
you think?
I don't agree with that actually because look, you guys. Sean Strickland. Okay, so Dracus, yes, he had more heavy attacks, right? He made him bleed and everything. That's true. But when you count every single attack, Sean Strickland hit him 70 times more. And I know it's like jabs and everything, and it's like very light attacks, and that counts as less points. Still though, like he hit him 70 times, and did you see Dracus' eye? Like it was like
Yes.
purple, like and it is much difficult to make someone's eye purple than cut someone because even if the punch goes like this you can get a cut, but you really have to hit someone to make it purple. So yeah, I honestly thought it was Chan's match. I thought he was gonna win. But again, like I'm not gonna say he's robbed because it was very close. I get why the
Do you,
referees.
do you think Sean Strickland won also because of how close the fight was and he was a champion? So as I'm trying to send your logic is that if it's not a convincing win against a champion, there shouldn't be a title change and he should retain his title because it wasn't a
Yeah,
dominant performance.
there's that too.
Yeah.
Definitely, there's that too. Because like, think about it. Now, are we satisfied about him losing the title? Like, is anyone satisfied? Even if you think he deserved to lose, are you satisfied?
I think there's also a factor that it was a close fight. It could have gone either way. I think Dricus winning also helps UFC story.
Yes,
Now,
that's.
now you can have the fight that they originally planned, Dricus versus Adesanya,
Hmm.
two Africans. And as we know, Adesanya doesn't think Dricus is African because him being white and being South African. But ironically, Dricus thinks Adesanya's not African because although
China stuff.
yeah, that plus also Adesanya, he was born in Nigeria, but he didn't grow up there.
Yeah.
He's Nigerian, but he spent his whole life in New Zealand. And Lucas actually born and raised in South Africa. So Lucas is saying, I'm the real African. Adesanya has just African ethnicity and background, but he actually is from New Zealand, not from Nigeria. So that there's that whole controversy of who's representing Africa in UFC in that division.
Hey man, uh, Izzy literally said, "I am Chinese." He literally said, "I am Chinese," and because he got a lot of money from China, so he decided to become Chinese. So I don't know, like,
I actually agree with Dirkus on this one a little bit because I think since he got his also fight education in South Africa,
yeah,
I think Adesanya obviously he's Nigerian and he's clearly African, but I think Africa helped Dricus more to get there
yes,
than Adesanya. Adesanya had his whole training in New Zealand, so he doesn't necessarily represent Nigerian fight uh, culture.
I agree, but I just can't get over the China thing.
That is really
So,
funny.
especially with Sean versus Izzy,
Yes.
and Sean's like, no man is gonna beat me. That's gonna who's beating off to cartoons for anime.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I think there should be a rematch for both. Honestly, I don't know now because Izzy lost to Sean, and then that wasn't too long ago too, and then Dracus won against Sean. So Izzy needs a rematch for a title, which could be against Dracus. It makes sense, but Sean also needs a rematch too.
I think what's gonna happen is UFC is gonna want to do the rematch, not rematch, the original fight, the Ricos versus Adesanya, because it's gonna have all the viewers. It's gonna be a really
Yeah,
aggressive press conference. There's gonna be all the popularity on that fight, and I think the winner fights Strickland because Strickland deserves to have a rematch on his title. So I think he's gonna end up fighting whoever wins the Adesanya Ricos fight. That's I think what the plan is gonna be.
guys, I have a solution for this whole thing. Right, UFC. is under TKO now with WWE, right? Just make it a WWE triple threat match. Just make it a WWE triple threat match. Izzy versus Sean versus Strickus, and actually make it a ladder match too. A ladder match, and that's how we settle this issue.
Are they gonna hand the title on the?
Yeah, like the
ladder?
title's gonna be on the ladder. Whoever gets it first. Oh man, that
That'll
would
be
be
a
funny.
first in UFC. It'll be funny because also, as you said, the ties with TKO
Yeah,
since they're under the same umbrella.
they are. They
What do
are.
you think about Vince McMahon allegations?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner because he's been, allegedly, he's been doing all these for years and years. And, you could see it like no one looks at him and says, "Oh, what an angel. Like, look at this guy. Everybody knows he's a little messed up.
I'm honestly very surprised.
Really?
No, like not. I'm surprised the fact that it took this long for him.
Oh,
to-
yeah, exactly.
I feel like he should have had this experience of allegations like way earlier. He was able to dodge it for so long. Now I think he's not going to be able to dodge it anymore. I think it's super out there, all the proofs.
Yeah.
And did you see what the Brock Lesnar part of the story was?
No, what happened?
Um, the story is that there's an allegation that Brock Lesnar requested one of the WWE employees
Okay.
to send her like self gratification video, nude self gratification video
What? Yeah.
to Brock Lesnar. Brock asked this to Vince McMahon, and as a part of his contract to resign and come back to WWE.
When did this happen? Do you know?
Well, this came out with allegations, but I think this is when the last time he signed for WWE. Like he left for UFC and came back.
Yeah.
I think that's the last time they rehired him. This is what was happening. It's not obviously proven. It's just an allegation. But I was very surprised about the Brock Lesnar news.
That is
Just
very
to-
surprising, yeah. And see, like now that Vince had this thing, there's been a lot of people speaking out about it. Like I just heard Dolph Ziggler, who recently left WWE, was like, because he keeps losing, right? He's very talented, but he keeps losing every match, and everybody, all the fans want him to win. And then apparently, he just announced when he loses, Vince wants him to lose again, to see his face, like just to see how his face is like sad.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so messed up.
I think also now it makes sense why because he has never let his position go even with his old age. He
Yeah.
always tried to be in charge. Recently, he left the control to Triple H
Yes.
and became more of like a passive role.
Yeah.
Probably makes sense. Maybe they were expecting this to come.
Oh yeah,
this
he
way.
also sold all of his stocks in TKO slowly over the past months, and now he's completely out. So
Yes.
with money, he's a smart man. He
Yes,
sold
he
everything.
did the right thing.
Yeah, yeah,
He sold WWE and then didn't jeopardize the business, and he doesn't have any ownership in WWE anymore.
yeah. Probably the only the right thing he did in his life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's a sad news.
What do you think about CM Punk coming back after everything he said about WWE?
Oh man, I mean,
And Triple H and him publicly doesn't get along. They have talked about each other in public.
yeah. And then
That
they
they-
shared a picture together too.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the business. Everybody talks shit about the other companies. Everybody talks shit about the other people. And at the end of the day, if he makes money, if he brings eyeballs to the product, why not? I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing he came back. I think he needs to finish his story, which is the main event of WrestleMania. And today's the Royal Rumble when we record this. So when we upload this, you guys are gonna know. But I think he's gonna win the Royal Rumble. Maybe Cody Rhodes, who knows? But I think he's gonna win the Royal Rumble.
I think also everybody expected Cody Rhodes to get his shot at Roman Reigns' title.
Yeah.
But the storyline is getting interesting. If Cody Rhodes doesn't have that WrestleMania main event,
Yeah.
what they have been building since last year, it's going to be now very tricky because I think Cody Rhodes was the next champion
Yes.
of WWE after Roman Reigns. Now Roman is fighting The Rock, it sounds like.
It looks
Yeah,
like it. It
yeah.
looks like it.
Cousin versus cousin fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, if Cody's not going to have WrestleMania, if he wins if he doesn't win Royal Rumble, then I don't know what's his future with the company is because he clearly deserves the next title opportunity.
Another postponing of the
Yeah.
plans to next
Yeah.
year. Okay, Cody, you go ahead. We'll do it
Well,
next year
I
again.
believe Roman Reigns will be a champion until as long as he wants.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
I think he might be a champion until he retires. I think they just love Roman Reigns in that company, and he doesn't even fight that much. If I remember correctly, he doesn't come to most shows anymore.
Yeah. He
He had
had
like one title defense last year or something like
oh
that.
yeah, he had like I think the whole year he had four title defenses. Like very low number.
Yeah, he's not an active champion. He just defends his title on the big pay per view. So
Yeah. Which in a way, like I don't have a problem with him not showing up that much, but because Matt has leukemia, right? So obviously he's not gonna be a full time wrestler. But just let the title go. Let other people have it instead of just holding it. Give the title to somebody else. Deal with your illness. It's a very serious illness, and then when you get better, come back. No pressure. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
it'll be interesting how they build up that storyline.
It certainly will.
I think Bloodline is the best storyline in WWE history.
Oh
Also.
yeah, same. They're absolutely amazing. They are prolonging it now. Like it used to be really good when
Dragon.
Sami Zayn was
Yeah.
there. Um, but yeah, it's a good story for sure, for sure. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. We I know we started with Sean and everything, but a lot of news in TKO right now. So please take a look at our other videos as well. Thank you so much.
If you like, please subscribe to our channel.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hit that subscribe button right there. Probably over here. I have no idea. You guys figure it out.